see what is happening here. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. So sorry. Oh, today's one of those days. All right, my friends, welcome to the Disclosure Dialogues. And actually, we will not have our regularly scheduled event. Unfortunately, my guest is not feeling well tonight, is out with the flu, and I only found out just a couple of minutes ago. So I'm so sorry. But I'm going to talk a little bit about disclosure, and maybe for those of you that are watching, if you want to comment, or we could have a little bit of a discussion, but we won't be going the full length. And unfortunately, I don't have my guest today, which who is was Sara Nelson, and I do have some comments today, so we are going to uh, share those comments. So Derek is saying, good evening, Derek," and I'm not sure. Shellbat is saying IDC, which I don't know what that means. So maybe if you could spell that out, that would be great. All right, welcome, my friends. So this usually is a dialogue about disclosure, UFO disclosure, and I am one of the co-leaders of the Florida um, Citizens for Disclosure, which is an initiative of the New Paradigm Institute. The New Paradigm Institute is led by the president, uh, Danny Sheehan, who is a constitutional lawyer, and his life partner, Sara Nelson, who is the executive director of the New Paradigm Institute. So, the New Paradigm Institute uh, has this grassroots arm, which is called Citizens for Disclosure. And it is free to be a volunteer. And you can also take a lead position by being one of the state leaders who coordinate the volunteers for the state. And it's all about UFO disclosure, specifically lobbying our government for that disclosure, because we've had um, it's been a shadow. There's been a shadow government that has been hiding the fact that back in 1947, the extraterrestrials, being civilizations, have communicated with our government, and this has been kept hidden. Apparently, there have been contracts signed between these ET civilizations and our government, and this has all been hidden from us. So, the New Paradigm Institute is on the case. It's only been about a year since Citizens for Disclosure has been around, and I believe there are about 40 states that have state leaders that are activated. And this it's also a public education effort that we do as Citizens for Disclosure to educate people about what's going on regarding UFO UAP disclosure. Um, so I'll ask our um, let's see. I'll ask our audience. So we have a few people watching. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and do that. But I do want to tell you a little bit about Sara, and we will reschedule this. So when she's feeling better, her whole household got the flu, and this time of the year, this is what happens. It's the end of the year. There's a lot of stress, and we succumb to different flus and things like that. Sometimes I feel it's a way of our bodies telling us to take a vacation, that vacation that we won't take. Well, our bodies say, no, you're taking a vacation. You're going to get the flu or get sick or something. So you get some bed rest and take care of yourself. So um, we wish Sara and her family the best as they heal from the flu, and we're going to get her on here when she's feeling 100%, because she is an awesome woman. I didn't realize how wonderful, how um, just she's a woman to admire. And let me tell you why. Here, let me share with you. Um, Not only is she the executive director and co-founder of the New Paradigm Institute, she's the life partner of Danny Sheehan, as I shared. She's also been the co-founder and executive director of the Christic Institute, which became the Romero Institute in 1995. And the Romero Institute is an interfaith law and policy center that's based in Santa Cruz, California. For more than 40 years, the Romero Institute has combined both public education, grassroots organizing, and high impact litigation to expose sources of injustice and promote life sustaining solutions. And you may be familiar with some of the cases. This is new to me, as I've done research on Sarah, uh, this Christic Institute and the Romero Institute. They were involved with Karen Silkwood's case. She was and actually, I might just pull this up from their website. It's the romeroinstitute.org. And Karen Silkwood was let me see here. She, um, She was a safety inspector with the Oil, Chemical, and Atomic Workers Union, and she was run off the road in Oklahoma on her way to meet a New York Times reporter. She had some damning evidence of safety violations at her workplace, which was a plutonium fuel rods plant. So they took on the lawsuit and they were able to, this was on behalf of her children. There was a coalition which included NOW, which is the National Organization for Women, where Sarah served in leadership, the Jesuit Office of Social Ministries, the American Civil Liberties Union, and the Oil and Chemical Atomic Workers Union. They all undertook a campaign to build support for the lawsuit, and they were awarded a record setting $10.5 million to the Silkwood estate. So this was established a precedent in liability law. And also, it ended construction of all nuclear power plants in the United States at that time. So that was a victory for the Silkwood family. But there are other, let's see here, uh, things cases or initiatives that they did. So the one big one was the Iran Contra affair. So if you're familiar with that, that was a big case that happened. And I didn't realize that Danny and Sarah were behind this. Also, they have helped with the American Sanctuary Movement. They got their first legal victory when the Christian Defense of the Catholic Workers in Texas, who provided sanctuary for refugees that were seeking asylum. That was a case that they worked on and they won. 3 Mile Island, if you're lived in the Northeast, you know 3 Mile Island and a nuclear plant, the reactor 2 power plant there, reactor 2 at the 3 Mile Island nuclear plant in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, had a partial meltdown in 1979. And the Christic Institute legal team filed an injunction against the company and stopped them from dumping tons of radioactive waste into the Susquehanna River, which saved countless lives. 3 Mile Island, I grew up in New Jersey, so I was very aware of that back in 79. Um, Also, the Greensboro Massacre in North Carolina. The city of Greensboro Police Department, the KKK, and the Nazi Party were sued by the Christic Institute, and they won significant money for the plaintiffs whose co-workers were gunned down in a televised Klan violence. So that's some serious work there. Also, the Lakota Law, and there have been many different cases that I didn't realize that Sarah and Danny had been involved with. So those are some of the very famous ones. And we have a couple of comments here. Um, DLA, DLA Hamilton saying, hope they get well soon. Appreciate your having her on and hope to get back here when rescheduled. Yes. And Derek says, yes, please. I will be here when she is on. Yes. So I just wanted to share some of the things that I've learned so that you can be ready for when we do reschedule this, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I don't want to pressure her when she's feeling 100%. We will get her on. Um, Sarah's also a graduate of the University of California at Berkeley. She was a television anchor and a journalist. And like I said before, a feminist leader in the NOW organization, which is National Organization of Women. So that's a little bit about Sarah, which I didn't know what a powerhouse she was and how much she's done. And I want to personally thank her for the work that she's done with the feminist movement because, as growing up um, as a female, and I just feel like the work that the feminist movement did in the 60s and 70s really made such a difference for us women, um, and men too, because it's all about equality. And honestly, we both have male and feminine energies within all of us, whether you're a male or a female. So I just wanted to let you know a little bit about her because I was just actually very humbled to be able to interview her. And, it's all good. Things happen for a reason. I totally believe that. So I just did want to come on here to let you know because I was posting, letting everyone know about this interview. So we're going to have to reschedule it. And I guess that's all that I have to say for tonight. If you have any questions, just go ahead and put it in the comments right now. And let me go ahead and share with you a little bit about the New Paradigm Institute. We've got this really cool thing I could do, this QR code on there. And if take a picture of this QR and let me go ahead on there. Here we go. I'm Institute. Paradigm Institute and um, the big initiative right now is promoting having watch parties for the Age of Disclosure, which Dan has recently put out that came out first. And there are several other coming out in great ways to get together, talk about the, you know, of UFOs and UAPs, but very relevant to what's going on now. I'm a big follower of Dr. Steve Disclosure, and I just wanted to great person to archive of data that's coming from different so different elements. Um, can take the Okay, I'm back. So, uh, yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I'm back. Let me see here. Yes, this is very interesting how things work out. But yeah, Derek. Oh, I guess you're off. Derek was going to offer to jump on here with me to talk a little bit. Here we go. Um, but I'm not sure if I can bring him on. I might be able to. Well, anyway, for now, we will reschedule this when Sarah's feeling better, hopefully in about a week or so, depending on the holidays and all. But we will reschedule this and I will get her on here because she is an amazing woman and has lots to tell us about New Paradigm Institute, what's coming up in the future, where what we've accomplished so far. And it's all a good thing. So check out the New Paradigm Institute, join as a volunteer, minimally sign up for the newsletter, and be part of this because disclosure is here on happening on many different levels and will have an impact and a good impact on our society as we are able to evolve as humanity and connect with our star family. So, my friends, I'm going to close this because don't have a whole lot more to say, but I just wanted to let you know that what happened and why we're not able to have Sarah on here. So, thank you all for so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now. Take care.